arresting you on suspicion of breaching your community protection order by being in less than 100 metres from a police station. I'm also arresting you on suspicion of being found in an enclosed premises. You do not have to say anything, but may harm to...
Welcome back to UK Cope Zone, where we expose misconduct, analyze police and legal content, and demand accountability. Today's case comes from Brett Chamberlain, so be sure to check out his channel and give him the credit he deserves. Brett walks straight into one of the most ridiculous and costly police blunders I've ever covered. He steps into the station's privacy room, a room he was previously allowed to use, when suddenly two officers storm in and act as if he just breached a high-security area. Moments later, they arrest him for supposedly violating a court order that has absolutely nothing to do with him. It becomes one of the most embarrassing misidentifications ever recorded, and Brett ultimately turns their mistake into one of the biggest payouts featured on this channel.
I know, but this isn't a public access area, so you can just head out into here for me.
I'm in the middle of a conversation. This is so that I can have a private conversation. Yeah, but I'm having a private conversation with him.
Okay, you're not at the minute though, so if you could just head out on here, because this is a private room. Thank you very much.
Sure. Right, what's your name again, sorry?
As I said, Tony.
Tony and Lucy, was it?
Yeah.
Right,
correct.
And you're 8013.
7536.
And you want to know how I managed to get through there?
Yeah.
Why are you so curious about that?
See, are you not going to tell us? I mean, ultimately we can look at the cameras. If you can tell us, that would just be quicker for everyone involved, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't see what I need to tell you.
Okay, well we'll wait on it.
Why are you so curious about that then?
Because it's a locked room, that's all.
Maybe I've got superpowers.
Do we know who can access the cameras in the front office? Staff, I don't know.
The officers behave as though Brett somehow bypassed biometric scanners and security beams. Yet all he did was open a closed but unlocked door with no signs or warnings. In policing and premises law, that matters. If there's no signage, no barrier, and no instruction, a member of the public has no reason to assume a room is restricted. Brett didn't force entry, didn't ignore directions, and didn't cross any marked boundary. If the police wanted the room to remain private, they were responsible for locking it. And they didn't. Their failure of procedure isn't Brett's crime, but instead of admitting it, they escalated the situation further, checking cameras and pretending he had done something wrong, which is exactly how everything spiraled out of control.
Have you just come out of custody?
No.
No.
Well, I did go and see custody.
You want to go see her?
Yeah, I was just having a look round.
Did they help you?
Well, she opened the door for me. But I just was having a look round.
I think we just need to make sure that this door is secure, that's really...
Yeah.
Because you're not committing any offences, so we just need to make sure that the door is secure, that's all. I wonder if it's just been left slightly...
But that's just a private room, isn't it? So you can have a private conversation rather than having a public one, isn't it?
Into it, were you? I'm out of the police station. Don't want you in the police station.
Why not? It's a public building.
I think you've got bail conditions not to be in them.
No, I haven't.
You've got a CBO condition, have you not?
No.
Why have you got it?
Nothing at all. What's CBO stand for?
Human behavioural order.
No, I haven't.
My colleague's just going to get some details. And we'll work it out from there.
How are you? How can I not be allowed to go in a police station then? It's like not being allowed in a hospital if you had a road accident or something. If I've got...
The situation then gets even worse when an officer tries to stop Brett from entering the public part of the police station based on nothing more than, I think you've got a CBO. He hadn't even confirmed it. A colleague was still checking. Yet he treated his unverified hunch like a confirmed court order. You cannot restrict someone's access to public services based on a guess, especially when that person clearly states they are waiting for an officer they were already speaking to. A criminal behavior order is a serious post-conviction restriction, and you don't think someone has one, you must be certain, because getting it wrong means unlawfully denying an innocent person their rights.
Well, I have got business being there.
What's your business?
I'm inquiring and following up about an illegal arrest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
What, as to whether it was illegal or not? You know my name, do you?
Yeah.
Because obviously that gentleman in there, who's very polite actually and very helpful, he knows who I am. What would happen if I went in the police station then?
You'll be breaching whatever order it is that you've been given.
Well, I haven't been given any orders. When you get, just tell me how you get given the order, because as far as I know, there's no order. But how would it have been presented? In some sort of document form, wouldn't it?
Usually, yeah.
And I'd have had a bit of paper with a bit of writing on there saying...
Or you may have been to court.
No, I haven't been to court. Only in jury service. I'm allowed in the police station until you can prove that otherwise.
Things collapse completely when an officer asks, "Your name's Julian?" and Brett replies honestly, "Some people call me that." Instead of verifying his full legal name, spelling, and date of birth, the most basic steps in policing, she treats a casual nickname as confirmed identification and jumps straight to arrest. She claims he breached a community protection order, then adds a second charge of being found on enclosed premises, even though both charges contradict her own earlier statements and immediately fall apart under scrutiny.
You believe that you're breaching a community order.
Community order?
Yeah.
How else would the community order work then? So, for example, would it be for like antisocial behaviour or...
I believe so. I haven't seen the order myself.
Yeah, there would be. What I'm getting at is there would be a reason, would there, as to why you're not allowed to do something. Is that right? Yeah, and that would be down there as well. What sort of things could you be given that sort of?
There's a multitude of things.
Oh, go on. These are what I'm interested in. Hiya.
Hello. Can I just confirm your name is Julian?
Some people call me that. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Julian, the time is 1:15 p.m. I'm arresting you on suspicion of breaching your community protection order by being in less than 100 metres from a police station. I'm also arresting you on suspicion of being found in an enclosed premises. Do not have to say anything that may harm defence. You do not mention one question, something which later will lie in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
The officer openly admits the door wasn't locked, that Brett didn't force his way in, and that no crime had taken place. Yet despite acknowledging all of this, she still arrests him for the exact offense she already confirmed was not an offense at all. A complete breakdown of proper procedure and basic logic.
Sure, this door is secure, that's really...
Yeah.
Because you're not committing any offences, so we just need to make sure that the door is secure, that's all.
Brett is then taken to custody like a dangerous criminal, all based on an identity they never verified. The truth unravels instantly once he arrives. The actual suspect has the same name and date of birth, but is not Brett. This alone proves how recklessly the officers acted, arresting him on a guess without confirmation, due diligence, or protections against misidentification. They also accused him of entering a secure area, but even custody staff had to admit the obvious. The door was unlocked because it's a public privacy room meant for confidential conversations with staff. By the time they saw he was innocent, the damage was already done: an unlawful arrest, painful handcuffing, and a total failure of professionalism from beginning to end.
I was arrested. They used force against me and put me in cuffs and bent my fingers back. They stuck me into the back of the police van and took me around to the custody place where I was told that I'd breached a behavioural order and I'd got into a secure area. Well, I protested my innocence, and they looked into it and discovered that they'd arrested the wrong person, that there's another person with my name and date of birth who has a behavioural order against them, and they thought that that was me, and like I say, arrested me for it. And then this secure area I got into, well, the door was ajar. It's in the public foyer where you have a private conversation with the police.
Later, when someone asks Brett how police could arrest the wrong man inside their own station with modern technology, Brett gives the perfect answer: £7,000 in damages plus legal fees, totaling more than £20,000. That number explains everything. Police don't quietly pay out £20,000 unless the arrest was beyond defensible. This wasn't a small mistake. It was an avoidable disaster caused by negligence, guesswork, and refusing to admit error. Brett wasn't being secretive or aggressive. He simply walked into an unsecured, unmarked room that police themselves failed to lock. Every time the officers had a chance to slow down and verify information, they doubled down instead. One moment they admit he's not committing a crime. The next they're handcuffing him for 2 offenses he didn't commit. The final payout proves it all. The police had no leg to stand on. Brett got justice, and rightly so, though the public ultimately paid for the officer's incompetence. Another case showing that in policing, competence isn't optional, it's essential.